It's time to quit while we're ahead. Don't think like that. I will love you endlessly. If you don't believe, don't you be like that. I will love you forever. If you don't believe in me, yeah.
You could be with anyone, and I could be with anyone. You're here with me. You're here with me. You could be around, but
You could be with anyone, and I could be with anyone. You're here with me. You're here with me. You could be around, but you You could be with anyone, and I could be with anyone. You're here with me. You're here with me.
you could be around, but
You could be with anyone, and I could be with anyone. You're here with me. You're here with me. Said, don't you think like that. I will love you endlessly. If you only believe me, don't you think like that. I will love you endlessly. If you don't believe in me,
you could be with anyone, and I could be with anyone. You're here with me. You're here with me. You could be around, but
You could be with anyone, and I could be with anyone. You're here with me. You're here with me.
Hello, Door, excuse me.
Ahem. But I also forgot to do something.
Haha! I now did something.
I'm away from the camera.
Hey guys! Good fucking news! Legacy of Kain Defiance is getting a remaster! You know that game I streamed, like, last year? I guess we'll play it again! Well, we could... Okay, sure. Why not? Yeah. They got some new camera angles, but hey, we'll get to hear the Kain voice actor again. It'll be great. Happy Thursday, everybody. We're on a new case. If I suddenly get a ton of DMs, we might have to go and watch the Bloodborne trailer. If it comes out. I'm not crossing my fingers. There's a reason I don't watch these things. Watch, like, the state of play or anything. It's also why I don't like to do reaction content. Mostly because it's just not that interesting. Finally, a new case. Yeah, and this one's totally not gonna be infinitely longer. Oh boy. But that's fine. It'll be great. Apollo's friend got murdered, I guess? I don't know, dog. Something happened. Either way, we're on, like, I don't know, the second to last case? Third to last case? How many cases we got? Plus the DLC case. We got a bunch of cases left. Hello, I thought you were gonna go to bed. Six cases including DLC. Okay, so we're halfway through. Probably. I mean, I tried. What do you mean you tried? Do or do not? There is no being a fuck up. And then someone pulled a fucking fire alarm. Oh! I hope you're not burning to death. That would suck. But hey, welcome to the stream. We're here, we're doing some Apollo Justice Ace Attorney while the state of play is going on. Who really wants to see the stream? Yeah, or apparently the person who pulled the fire alarm does. But yeah, so we're here. We're out here playing some Apollo Justice Ace Attorney. Speaking of a red man named Apollo, Deadlock just got their final hero for the update, called Apollo, and I am dreadfully underenthused. He's got a parry, but that's about it. That being said, I wonder who we're gonna control today. I hope we actually get more, Athena. Oh, there it is. The Cosmic Turnabout. Oh boy! Last time we had a space case, the fucking grandma showed up, and I don't know how to feel about that. Oh, right! The bomb! The courtroom bombing incident, Madman. That incident perfectly symbolizes the state of the legal world in this dark age of the law. Okay. Mr. Wright brought it to a resolution of sorts. Yeah, some whack job. Ted Tone was discovered to be the one responsible for the bombing. Uh-huh. What does he have to do with the law? He's just a cop. If it only were so simple. Somehow I can't help but think. Yeah? That there's a darker influence at work! One that's lurking in the shadows waiting! Oh, wow! That's why I want to review the trial that was taking place when the bombing occurred. After all, I've got more than a few personal stakes in it. Is it now? Oh, hold on, I got a DM. Oh, Magix and Tokon. Cool. Are we gonna get a time travel tutorial? Space! The Okinawa Space Center.
1 hour remaining until launch. Please begin your final equipment check.
There's a space center in Okinawa?
Check complete. Everything's A-okay. We're ready here whenever you are.
Thanks, Yuri Lowenthal.
Come in at 2. Come in. Do you copy?
What the fuck? Why is that such a... How thin are the spacesuits? We're going right to the trial? Wait. Hold... Back the fuck up. I need to breathe. What? What's in my... Terran's autopsy report causes death stabbing. What do you mean he got stabbed? What do you... Can you stab someone through the spacesuit with a pocket knife? That's a... It wasn't the explosion that got him. No. It was the knife. Also, I saw your watch streak, John. How dare you? Let's get started then, right off the bat. December 16th, 9:12 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 5. Time for another trial to begin. But this one's different. Is it? Is it the fact that you came here with no investigation whatsoever? I'm sorry to bother you, but... Judy! I mean, okay, I guess it makes sense that she has to be here, because if this is the courtroom bombing case, she needs to take the blame for it somehow. Excuse me.
You alright, Apollo?
Was I making a scary face just now? Oh, hi, Juniper. Yeah, I'm fine. Just doing my cords of steel exercise. Now I'm ready to go.
Yeah, knowing you, I'm sure you'll be just fine. Oh, I brought you a present from my garden.
Oh, I was about to say, that's the strangest looking potato I've ever seen. Oh, this is a lotus root?
Oh, that's right. My grandma says lotus root's good for your eyes.
Cords of steel trademark. Hello, Lily. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but wow, you are so much different from the last case. It's not even funny. They could have made that person anyone. You are already infinitely different than your previous incarnation. What happened? There's some weird names and places in Liverpool. It's like they're not being changed with current events. I don't think they ever do.
She says it's even if you look through the holes, you can see into the future. It's for good luck. Maybe later you can cook it.
Thanks for this. I'm gonna have some right now.
Oh my.
Kinda tough though.
You can't eat it raw, but thank you for the enthusiastic try.
Oops, if she didn't think I was weird before, she will now. I gotta calm down. Diddy Daycare. Oh, and the Epstein Theater absolutely need to be changed. Oh, yeah, that's a,
Apollo, sorry I'm late. Oh, hi there. Tony, I didn't know you were coming today. Oh, did you come to cheer Apollo on? Oh, I got it, you little shy thing, you. Take a stop.
Quick ring around, Athena. Trial's about to start any second. Is everything all set?
Oh, Apollo, when will you ever figure it out?
Figure what out? Herlock Sholmes, is that you? That was the longest sight I've heard in a while. Is it? It's all over for me, man. Larry, is that you? Oh, you're gonna find me guilty. This is our client, Mr. One Solomon Soul Starbuck. Why is your head a Sharpie? Who Sharpied your face? He's a very famous astronaut who happens to be an acquaintance of mine. How do you know this man, Apollo? You wouldn't know right now, but he's usually a very upbeat and driven person. The scene of the crime happened to be at the Cosmos Space Center. I don't think that said Cosmos before. I think... I think that said Okinawa before. And you're just fucking with me now. Unless I completely somehow dyslexia'd Cosmos into Okinawa. Which I don't think that I did. But now 6 DMs. Oh my god, did they really just end the fucking state of play with a God of War Flash game? That's... wow. Knowing the writing of this game, it probably was Okinawa. You know what, I'm just gonna go with it. And they just forgot. I mean, to be fair, that would involve changing a fair bit of the animation. But now they're just fucking with me. This is probably not even part of the writing. Wait, they did say Okinawa. What the fuck? I never knew. It's the Cosmos Space Center. Back in high school, my best friend and I went there almost a little too much. That's where I met Mr. Starbuck. We'd ask about space travel, and he'd launch into story after story with so much passion. Back in those days, the man was only was 100% my hero. Uh-huh. Are you okay with being my lawyer, Apollo? Of course I'm sure. I know you, Mr. Starbuck. I know you're not the type to commit murder. Oh, thanks, but, Oh, I was supposed to be in space right about now. Oh, they wouldn't even let me change out of my fucking spacesuit. He's so depressed it almost seems like an act! The launch getting canceled must have been a huge shock. I'll probably never get the chance to go into space again. Oh, don't say that. Don't stop believing. Besides, you just have to go into space again. It's that easy, Apollo. Yeah, I don't think I could face Clay in the afterlife if I just rotted away in a cell.
Clay Tarrant. I can't believe he was murdered.
We found the protagonist, everybody! He's even got the JoJo hat! Oh. Wow. Remember they tried closing the Epstein Theater back in 2023, and the hashtag that was trending in Liverpool time aged horrifically? Oh no.
I mean, oh, you're such a promising astronaut under your command.
Yeah, he was a good guy. Always there to pick me up when I was down. No one loved life as much as him, that's for sure. Oh, he's always so full of energy and telling me, oh, you're fine, Mr. Star. Oh, okay. Oh. Oh. Okay, so this is Apollo's friend. We can tell because he's wearing the same fucking jacket Apollo's wearing. He looks like a protagonist. He probably has the exact same face model as Apollo. And this is where Apollo got the I'm fine from. Introducing the main character's friend who has been vaguely alluded to like 3 times. Yeah. How could something like this happen to a guy like him, huh? Never seen Mr. Starbuck so down. Clay's gone, I'm going to prison. Wish I could burn up like a shooting star right now. Mr. Starbuck, you'll be fine. Oh, wait, where are you at? What's the yelling? I'll get to the bottom of this today. You'll see. In exchange, I want you to go back into space for you and Clay. Promise? Oh, does that mean you got a lot of evidence to prove I'm innocent? Yeah! Totally! How many failed careers Apollo has on the records? A fair bit. Oh! Well, about that. We didn't get to investigate the area as much as I'd have liked, thanks to the police. I'm done for. I'm a goner. Everybody thinks I did it. I thought I was gonna soar like a comet, but I'm just gonna crash like a meteorite. No, don't say that, Mr. Starbuck.
Don't count yourself out just yet.
I know it's hard to lose a teammate, but you gotta keep on going.
And what about you, Apollo?
What about me?
I was just thinking, wasn't Clay your best friend?
We need to focus on the trial right now. Are you ready to go?
Apollo?
Oh, the trial's about to begin. If the defense would please proceed to the courtroom.
Okay, here we go.
This is it. This is the one trial I can't afford to lose. For Clay's sake and our clients, I will find Clay's killer. With fuck all to my name. Oh boy, here we go. December 16th, 9:55 a.m., District Court, courtroom number 4. Paul trying to hide his emotions from Miss I Can Hear Emotions. Yeah, don't worry. We immediately forgot she had that special power, just like the fact that we also conveniently forgot Apollo can tell lies. Don't worry about it. Hey, Blackwell, good to see you again. Probably bowed with a pile of Solomon Starbuck. What happened to your face? Excuse... Apollo, what the fuck happened? How did you... Huh? Why did the... Apollo is 50% edgy now. Oh no, he just needs the coat and he'll be out the edge. The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Excuse me, Mr. Justice.
Yes, Your Honor.
What happened to your eye?
I'm fine. The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Are you sure? I don't...
I'm fine, Your Honor. The defense is ready.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. He's been like this since yesterday. He keeps insisting it's just a story.
I suppose it's something he doesn't want to discuss. Well, maybe that's where it's past the age.
He is 25. He is 23.
Very well, by the prosecution.
Oh boy. Oh, yep, here we go.
Prosecutor appears to be ready as well.
Silence.
What, do you think you were just not gonna have them? Not yet, I'm not quite ready yet. Hmm? Yeah. Oh! He just does that now. The prosecution is now ready.
Well, that didn't take him long this time.
What's up with Blackwell?
I shall give the opening statement.
Silence.
That'll do it.
We will, but I expect a surprise.
This time, I can't leave it to anyone else.
But by who? Something is off with the two of you today.
His hair is black, therefore he is Blackwell's son. Athena's ears must be fucking buzzing today.
Very well, Prosecutor Blackwell. Please explain it if you would.
It was just yesterday. The crimes in question occurred at the Okinawa Cosmos Space Center.
The famous federal research facility, all things related to astrology then.
Astronomy. It is astronomy. Anyway, a rocket was sent to launch from there. But at 9:28 a.m., before they could even move the rocket to the launch site, two explosive devices were detonated and the launch was cancelled.
My word, 2 bombs! How dreadful.
The defendant in today's trial is charged with both the bombing and the murder. One Solomon Starbuck. For whatever inane reason, he detonated a bomb on a rocket he himself would be in.
Solomon Starbuck, I recognize that name. Is he a famous astronaut?
Blackwell! Do you have as little evidence as I do? Did Blackwell come to court today just with angst and an autopsy report? Cause we know he lost his badge. What do you mean for some inane reason? Are none of us prepared today? Which dumbass decided to blow up the rocket before he went to the launch site? I know, right? Which dumbass decided to blow up the rocket before it even took off? Correct your boldness. It was Starbuck who the pilot of the Hat 1 rocket 7 years ago. 7 years! As you may recall, despite some interstellar trouble, his mission was a success. Some say it was a miracle he returned alive. I suppose you could say he's a living legend.
Oh, I remember now. He's become something of an international celebrity, right?
What happened to his hair? 7 human souls. Mankind's hopes for the future. I've got to make it back alive. The Hat 1 miracle. Come along with that captive space odyssey that will take your breath away.
Well, it would turn me into a movie and everything. We've got a real space pioneer in court today.
But even heroes fumble from their lofty heights. Returning to the subject at hand.
Yes, Mr. was one plain parent. A subordinate of the independent.
Indeed. A local disciple brutally stabbed to death by his mentor.
Stabbed to death, you say? Which is that was the result of the bombing.
Correct. Despite his lofty dreams, the victim was an interloper by the defendant. And so he is sent not into space, but the universe which mortals cannot see. Clay.
I think I've heard it up. Seems like a pretty clear account at this point.
Have we? Evidence? Cross-examination? Evidence?
Well, but there's one thing I'm curious about. The metal box right next to the witness stand.
Hey, look at that. It's the thing from case 1. There's a body in there, isn't there?
What purpose does it serve exactly?
Well, since you asked so nicely, it is your coffin.
Ah! Have mercy on me!
I jest. It is evidence.
Due to its immense size, we have little choice but to lay it here where it rests now. We shall get to the contents of the box in due time.
Oh, well, I feel like I just lost 50 years off my life.
Does he even have 50 years left?
Inner monologue, Athena. Inner monologue.
Oh, enough jabbering. Bobby Fulbright's the name, and just as we trust.
Ah, Detective Fulbright. Oh, very well then. Please explain the details of the incident to the court, if you would.
We have no choice but to lay it now. Meanwhile, Von Seek's bringing the whole carriage to the crime. Yeah, I know, right? Oh God. Oh, I fucking. Man. I missed the Great Ace Attorney. That was a great game. I should replay that at some point.
Hold it. First, take a look at this pamphlet from the Cosmos Space Center. In it, you'll find a diagram outlining the overall layout of the Space Center. But, now here we are. For more detail, look at what's on the left side of this building. Take a look at this cross-section where the police have created. See the launch pad in the main building? Launch pad is in the square building, and the round structure is in the main building, right? You got it.
The judge said the last part, I guess.
The incident took place in the launch pad 1 in the main building's lounge. I'll be using this diagram during my testimony to make it easier to understand.
Thank you. Preach. Details of the case.
Just before the rocket was set to launch, 2 bombs went off. Boom, boom! On the second floor of the Space Center, the main building. And, one in Launch Pad 1. Well, thankfully, the 2 astronauts were in Launch Pad 1 at the time. The 2 of them managed to make it back as far as the boarding lounge. But after the escape, one of the 2 was found stabbed to death.
A murder on top of a bombing. Detective, the victim was already dead by the time you arrived in the lounge, correct?
Yep. Thinking he'd sabotaged the bombing, the defendant killed him right there on the rocket. Just look at this tragic photo.
Oh my, it's the knife in the victim's chest.
What the fuck is that? Is it food? How thin are the spacesuits?
Yes, Your Honor, it's the knife that cruelly ended this young man's life. We couldn't get any prints of it, though because the defendant was in a spacesuit.
Cool.
By the way, Detective Fulbright, why is the victim's helmet and right glove absent at the photo?
We had to remove them to identify him, Your Honor. I personally removed his gloves during the investigation. We had to get his fingerprints to confirm his identity, after all.
Yes, it would be very difficult to identify him without a face or fingerprints. But now there's just one more thing I'd like to inquire about. What about brown thing next to the victim in the photo?
Something so important, the victim took it with him when he escaped to the launch pad. A capsule that apparently contains asteroid samples. While obviously valuable for research purposes, it has no relation to this case.
I see.
You know, maybe photograph the crime scene before messing with it? That reminds me! That fucking... The time Phoenix took a photo of the crime scene never came back! They forgot about it! So... I spit on my monitor. So, we know that the bomb in the main building was on the second floor. But where's the bomb that was in Launch Pad 1 located?
Oh, that one was on the rocket itself. It was situated around the central part of the rocket. Apparently, the area around the launch pad elevator was a sea of flames. I'd like to go and submit this diagram report into the record.
Okay, cool. Thank you for the evidence.
Charles, they're starting. We're already in a bind.
You get used to it. Besides, that's what cross-examination is for, right? What the 2 astronauts were doing during the bombing. That's the key. Details of the case. Checks are done. Everything's okay. The humble bomb on the rocket. Yep.
Hold it!
How powerful were the explosives? Were the explosions?
Well, the one in the main building wasn't strong enough to bring down the place down, but the room it went off was burned black. Thankfully, no one was hurt. Due in large part, of course, to me stepping up to lead the evacuation.
You were there? Wait, what were you doing in the first place, Detective Fulbright?
Ho ho ho! Bobby Fulbright, hero of justice. I'll be there whenever people need my help. I'd go to the other side of the world, even the edge of the universe.
I'm not sure he knows how far that actually is. I guess I'll leave that one alone.
Admirable decision, Justice Dono. Oh, what'd he decide?
Anyway, could you describe what it was like at the Space Center at the time?
The bomb cut the power to the central bank of elevators around the 3rd floor lounge. It was pitch black in there, I tell you. However, the security cameras and whatnot were running on emergency backup.
And how'd the evacuation go?
I immediately and heroically wished people down to the Space Center's basement shelter.
The basement shelter?
Yes, there's an emergency shelter beneath the Space Center.
Why?
An emergency shelter, huh? Oh, here it is. So at the bottom of the diagram. Space Center is pretty impressive to have a certain shelter.
The bombs went off despite the tight security. Police officers and riot police who had been standing by gave evacuation instructions. Power outage and evacuation seem unrelated to the murder at this point. Guess I'll leave this aside for now. So there are 2 explosions in total, correct?
Yep, that's right.
Hold it!
Let me get this straight. Mr. Starbuck rigged the rocket he was going to board with explosives?
Huh? What are you talking about?
If the defendant really did plant the bomb on his own rocket, he'd get caught in the explosion as well.
Oh, I had thought about it.
Fine. A simpleton for a simpleton. Fulbright, the motive. Understood. The defendant actually had astrophobia.
Astrophobia? What's that? Apollo, this trial is rigged too. So is apparently his eyeball.
Fear of space, naturally. Just the thought of space can cause the afflicted to freeze up. And so, in his terror, the defendant found a way to stop the launch pad at the last minute.
That's absurd.
Unfortunately for you, we have evidence. Take a look at these!
What are they?
These are anti-anxiety tablets found among the defendant's possessions. Apparently, he was taking them in secret to quell his fears. There was a multitude of problems with the rocket Mr. Starbuck rode on 7 years ago. Rumor has it he threatened to crash a number of times as well. That was, of course, very traumatic for Mr. Starbuck.
Objection!
But that doesn't mean he'd go so far as to blow up his own ship.
Silence!
We have capitalism in 2028? Probably.
The defendant couldn't bear to mar his good name, now could he? Not after the media had branded him Solo Starbuck, space pioneer extraordinaire. Given these conditions, the defendant could hardly run away like some base mutt. So that's why you think he resorted to the bombing?
Naturally. He constructed this act of sabotage in an attempt to blow up the space center, which would effectively abort the launch, but spare his reputation.
Ugh. I think it's spelled Mar Blackwell, even though you canonically saying it out loud.
Now I'm sure you understand why we have to bring justice down on these atrocious criminals.
Hold it!
Are you sure it was only the two of them?
It was just before the spaceship was set to launch, so of course it could only be the two of them.
Uh-huh. Well, there could have been somebody else inside that rocket.
Silence.
Abort the launch, save his reputation, and potentially kill him. But let's ignore that. Yeah, I know, right?
The notion of a third party in Launchpad 1 is utterly absurd. Just to enter the area from the lounge, one must pass through a door guarded by a fingerprint recognition device. And allow me to state up front that there are precious few with the clearance to do so.
My fingerprint recognition device sounds as futuristic and complex as a space weather.
Actually, it's not that amazing as you think, Your Honor. Take a look at this photo.
I can see the polygons.
This is the door, which the lounge with the fingerprint lock. Only personnel whose fingerprints are registered can pass through.
By me. That's very different from what I had in mind. And there's a record of multiple people that passed through the door yesterday.
Yes, there were only three. The defendant, the victim, and the director of the Space Center, Yuri Cosmos.
Wow, it must have been them. That doesn't mean it's then doesn't it mean it's possible that the director is the one who did it?
He had not a chance. He was in the main building when the bombs exploded at 9:28. Doing his job directing the launch. Besides having an alibi, he has no motive for committing these senseless acts.
He has a point. No, he doesn't! I guess the director can't be considered a suspect. Yes, he can! Were you not there at the last case, Apollo? Also, not to nitpick, but I think they chose the wrong part of his face to cover with the bandage. They, like, I get what they were going for here, but actively covering the other eye would have made this pose less stupid looking. Because, like, yes, I would like to cover my face, thank you very much. Launchpad 1 door lock added to the court record. Let me check something. So they managed to get all the way back to the 3rd floor then, where he was stabbed.
Hold it!
Decided to look more edgy that way. Doesn't look edgy at all, just looks bad. So while it would appear that they pair barely escaped with their lives, in actuality, one of them had already been murdered inside the rocket. That's the angle the prosecution wants to push, correct?
You got it. In fact, that's what I've been trying to say this whole time. If the victim had been alive, he would have for sure tried to stop the bombing.
Is there any chance Mr. Terran could have been killed before he boarded the rocket?
They were both alive and well at the boarding time, and they embarked into their own power. Their hearts full of hopes and dreams in space.
And both their hopes and dreams were dashed.
If I can continue my explanation, after the evacuation orders were given, the defendant made his escape, carrying the victim to make it look like a rescue.
Hold it!
He keeps insisting it's just... Yes. Yes, he does. And who was the first to find the victim?
Actually, there were two of them. The Space Center Director, Yuri Cosmos, and Detective Candice Army.
Oh, but that was a detective.
Yep, Detective Arby specializes in bombings, you see. She and the director were ordering the evacuation and following the explosives. They were also worried about the astronauts, so they hurried over to the boarding lounge. That's when they discovered the victim along with the defendant.
2 witnesses, huh? One of them is a detective. I don't either would have anything to say that would help me.
I think that pretty much covers the details of the case. Both the victim and the defendant were at the launch pad when the former was killed. And there's the truth that only Mr. Starbuck could have carried out the crime.
Well, the luck I get out of him only hurt my case. Actually, no, it very much didn't. Athena used to provide obvious hint that the badge has a deeper meaning is not very effective. I'm sure nothing bad will happen to this army fellow. Yeah, no, nothing. Not a single thing. How do I put this? This is an interesting way to start a case, just going straight in. Probably because they wanted Apollo's face situation to stay hidden. But, Apollo, you should be bringing up the point of we have no way to know when they were stabbed.
Justice don't know. Foolish is the warrior who rushes headlong into battle. Preparation is the essential element of battle, so I advise you take a gander at this.
What's this? I still wish we got chronologically ordered. Honestly, that would have been so fucking cool. Like, cause we know when this case is going to end. We know this case is going to get interrupted with someone blowing up the bomb, or with fucking Goggles McGee blowing up the bomb. So you want a case in the middle of another case? We've done it before! In the last game! We've literally done it before! The final case! We literally had stopped the final case to do a different case that ended up being important to the our first case. Now, you'd have to change up how the bombing case actually went, but...
Footage from a security camera. As the 2 astronauts emerged from the bowels of the Launchpad 1 corridor.
Remember, apologies to say, attorney never happened. It happened to me, damn it. I bought the game. It's in my Steam. I played it. I have achievements. It existed. I have proof. Oh no, where are they going? My achievements. No! Apollo Justice, Ace Attorney never happened. As the 2 astronauts emerged from the valley, yeah, okay.
The boarding lounge security camera captured their desperate escape. Now I will direct your attention to what the defendant is shouldering. Which, as you can see, is none other than the lifeless body of the victim.
What? What? The box in the middle of the room is fucking hilarious. Christoph Gavin doesn't real. No, I liked Christoph. What about Clavier Gavin? Is he real?
What am I playing? This lies up exactly with what the prosecution's been asserting.
No, it doesn't. This could be anything. That photo could literally be anything or anyone. I should have known Blackwell would have had something like this ready.
Apollo?
Hold on, let me check that footage. One eye army. Yep. That's just 2 homies, Blackwell. Yeah, no, we can't actually see the knife in him at all.
Apollo? How exactly to determine that Clay was already gone in the footage?
Ah, I see what you mean. Whether Clay was still alive at this point is pretty crucial. Your Honor, please take another look at this footage. Isn't it possible that Mr. Terran was still alive here and that Mr. Starbuck was helping him?
I believe you're right. One man carrying the other for safety. What a beautiful expression of friendship.
Silence.
Perhaps they just let you look like the one-night hothead and a daughter. But it only makes sense if the victim's dead body.
What do you mean?
Fulbright, explain it to Justice Dono.
Okay, second thing, just looking at this. This is gonna be pretty, like, a very, very obvious fucking, twist that's coming. But, this is my client, and this is the victim. Damn, we can't even see how much oxygen was left. The case is the same vibes as Turnabout Beginnings. Where, you know, Edgeworth is never supposed to have lost a case. I mean, to be entirely fair, you know for a fact that both of them never lost a case. So something's gotta go wrong. This, on the other hand, instead of 2 games ago, those facts were given to you, this was 2 cases ago. Little less of a memory jog at that point. But,
You got it, Renegade. If the murder had occurred in the lounge, somebody could have spotted it. Anyone can enter the lounge, after all. But by doing it while they were alone in the spaceship, that's the horse of a different color.
Objection!
I don't know where it was mentioned that Mia never lost a case. I think it was like, I mean, it had to be in one of her early introductions. But like, I remember hearing that from somewhere, I just don't remember where. But you can't deny that there is a possibility that the murder could have happened in the lounge. All that video shows is a man helping a fellow astronaut out.
Silence.
Oh, your assertion is based on emotion.
No, it's based on logic. We don't even know who's who in the photo.
It's based in your belief that Mr. Starbuck would certainly help his disciple. But you have no logical explanation as to why the victim could still be alive.
Unfortunately, Mr. Justice, the prosecution is right. Your argument is lacking in sound logic.
I don't want to bully the writers for this obvious of a mistake, but this could be anyone. Like, I know that's eventually where they're going with this, but neither of them should, like, this is just bad for Black Quill that he's saying this. And it's worse on Apollo that Apollo didn't pull the obvious out. Apollo's relationship with Clay is so superficial that some fans headcanon Apollo was just having a friend made the whole friendship up. Yeah, no, I mean, I'll be honest with you. I thought at the end of the last trial they were talking about Gavin. Because who the fuck is this character? Oh, but it sounded perfectly logical to me. I guess they said the only person who could come out of the launch pad are them.
Well, Mr. Justice, we have no further objections.
I do.
I believe time to bring this cross-examination to a close.
Objections? Well,
Hold it!
Please, Athena, be the smart one. For once.
Your Honor, the defense requests a little time to think and regroup.
Well, give me the pack. Time, after I please read.
What is it, Athena?
It's just, there's something that's been bothering me.
If it isn't the defense stalling for time as always. Very well, I'm feeling generous, so you may have a small measure of time.
Oh, yeah.
You have 5 seconds.
You are such a smarmy prick. I love you.
Oh, 5 seconds?
After that, I declare the cross-examination to be closed and a verdict to be rendered. Your boldness, raise your gavel high. It is time for a countdown.
There's something that's been bothering me. Ace Attorney!
Ready?
We don't have time. Spit it out, Athena. Only 3 more
seconds.
Look, I don't think the prosecution's explanation is very complete.
Meaning?
Meaning there's something missing. Like, they conveniently left it unexplained.
Something they didn't explain? Something they didn't explain. Ah, you're right. I think I know what you're talking about.
Well, your 5 seconds up, Mr. Justice. Is there anything about the prosecution's argument you'd like to review?
Yes, Your Honor. Actually, there is. There's something the prosecution has yet to make clear to the court.
Well, we put it that way. What is it that the prosecution failed to explain?
I mean, why the body was moved. They failed to explain why Mr. Starbuck would bother bringing the body back at all. If the defendant wanted to kill the victim, why didn't they just leave his body in the rocket? Why go through the trouble of bringing him all the way back to the boarding lounge?
Well, that's true. I didn't think we heard the prosecution's thought on that yet.
That's because they have none, Your Honor. After all, how does one explain something so illogical? The prosecution's claim that the defendant moved the victim's dead body. But what if the entire premise of the argument is wrong?
Well, let's hear your theory, Mr. Justice.
The defense proposes that the defendant didn't kill the victim. He was helping him. Ah!
Fulbright, explain it for our sad friend here before I nod off to his monotone monologue. Inform him exactly why Space Boy moved the victim.
Huh? Oh, they've got to be joking.
Oh, it's simple. Mr. Starbuck did what he did, direct suspicion away from himself. He wanted to create an impression that he would heroically risk his life for his partner. That's why he made sure the security camera was there to record.
At the very least, he appears to have achieved success with you and the old man.
By carrying me under the baby. Oh, what a beautiful expression of friendship.
Why did we need that one? That was like a few minutes ago.
The average person wearing a spacesuit easily weighs over 200 pounds.
What the fuck is that pocket knife made out of? Adamantium?
Saving the life of a partner weighs that much while trying to escape deadly flames. What a dramatic sob story fit for the silver screen.
Indeed, I'm completely taken by the humanity of the story.
Oh, you see, yet the true ending is all the traces of his humanity were enactment to be blown up. Yes, and now we arrived at a thrilling conclusion. The third explosion.
Oh, what are you talking about? There was no third explosion.
Silence.
Indeed, you are correct. But that is thanks to Detective Arnie. It was she who identified and secured the bomb. However, it doesn't change the fact that the third bomb was discovered in the lounge. The steel coffin beside the witness stand, that would be a bomb transport case. We use that to transport a deactivated bomb here. It was found in the lounge. A bomb in the form of a most distasteful toy.
What?
On the second floor of the main building. On one of the launch pads and one on the lounge. The defendant planned to set off 3 fireworks displays. Fortunately, the third was discovered before it could be detonated, had it not, the victim's body and the vital evidence would surely have been immolated.
Objection!
Yeah! Before you utter a word, know that the evidence supports me.
It's like he's reading my mind.
As it is still undergoing forensic investigation, I do not have the evidence on hand. However, know that a peculiar item was found in one of Mr. Starbuck's pockets. Specifically, a bomb detonation switch.
You found a what?
I suspect the defendant had no time to destroy such damning evidence. When the Space Center Director and Detective Army stumbled across the murder, so he thought to hide it in his pocket. Feeble-brained that he is.
No. Mr. Starbuck would never do anything like that. Apollo, you good?
Justice, don't open your eyes and see the truth.
There appears to be a pure elaborate by the accused set off the explosive.
No, there has to be some kind of mistake. This can't be the truth.
Still can't accept it? You believe in your client, come what may? Then why don't you cross-examine the defendant himself?
This has got to be a trap.
It's like Backlow's controlling the entire game.
Yeah, it seemed like he was waiting for me to bring up the body moving issue.
Why do you say that?
Because he had just the right argument when I pointed it out. And to really rub it in, he had a decisive piece of evidence up his sleeve, too. He was trying to shake my faith in Mr. Starbuck and break me down.
Then making you cross-examine Mr. Starbuck at this point was part of his plan too? Too totally underhanded, but I wouldn't expect anything less from him.
Now let us hear from the arch-villain, the fiendish murderer himself. Famed astronaut Solomon Starbuck.
Where is your baby occupation, please?
Solomon Starbuck, astronaut. Oh, how did this happen?
Mr. Starbuck, you aren't looking very well. Will you be able to give your testimony?
No.
Well, unfortunately, no is not an option. You're being accused of a space weather body and the murder of Clay Parham. Please testify to these allegations.
Mind if I take this suit off? It's getting real heavy.
Silence!
It is not the weight of the suit that you feel, but the weight of your sins. Prepare to carry that weight for the rest of your life.
Banish me to the moon. I don't care anymore, man.
Wow! That was super negative. Is he gonna be alright up there?
He'll be fine, I think. As long as he doesn't totally give up and say he did it, that is. Totally his voice? Yup. I didn't kill him.
All I did was support Clay over my shoulder and get us out of the rocket. Like always, I took the elevator down to the middle level and headed for the corridor. Clay passed out by the time we got the order to evacuate. I didn't kill Clay. I was trying to save him.
Bro, you said you didn't set off the bomb, so murder the victim.
But I bet you think I'm lying, right?
I'm so bomb judgment until after I've heard your full testimony.
I'm sure you don't believe me. I bet you don't even believe I'm an astronaut.
I don't think the judge doubts that.
He'd wear a suit like that except an astronaut.
I was saying that when I saw you in the movie. You appeared quite courageous, though I suppose reality never quite lives up to fantasy.
I guess I'm just a big disappointment. I really don't care what happens anymore.
Oh no, he's completely given up.
What a depressing fellow. If you were to join me in the clink, I imagine that annoying sighing of yours would rub off on the other inmates.
Like how it rubbed off on Prosecutor Blackwell a second ago.
Huh? That was Blackwell sighing? The Starbucks testimony contains a glaring contradiction. Question is, what does it mean? Even if Mr. Starbuck's my client, I can't be gun shy now. It's time to find out the truth. Glaring, you say? I didn't kill him. All I did was support Clay over my shoulder and get us out of the rocket. Like always, I took the elevator down to the middle level and headed for the corridor.
Objection!
Mrs. Starbuck, I need your testimony to be as accurate as possible.
Was I not being accurate?
No, because it's impossible for you to have taken the elevator down to the middle level.
Well, what makes you say that, Mr. Justice?
Please recall when the bomb went off in Launchpad 1. Also recall that after the explosion, the middle elevator was engulfed in flames.
Oh, yeah, right. Which means...
Exactly. The Launchpad elevator would have been unusable. In other words... Mr. Starbuck, your statement is directly inconsistent with the facts. What's with the helmet?
Mr. Command, you read me coming, please.
This is Mission Command. I order you to pay attention. Stop this nonsense and answer my question, Mr. Starbuck.
My helmet. My oxygen tank. Oxygen concentration, the body temperature declining, requesting medical assistance. Gah.
Mr. Starbuck, we are brought in space right now. Please stop pretending you have lost confidence and stand back up.
I apologize, Your Honor. I forgot I was still on Earth.
I feel like we all just got a real glimpse of Solomon Starbuck, the astronaut.
Yeah, he seemed more like an astronaut now than when he was doing all the sighing. Mrs. Starbuck, could you please explain the inconsistency in your statement? About how you used the middle elevator?
I, was nervous and said the wrong thing. I'm sorry. I actually, took a different route, I think.
Yeah, so... He was the one getting carried. That's the only explanation. Literally, he was the only one getting carried there.
A different route? I hope you're able to deliver a straightforward story this time.
I'll get right to it this time. Maybe, I mean, it probably.
Probably.
It's understandable to be honest, but let me remind you, accuracy is paramount in court.
We are speed running this, Jesus.
Let's see. My escape route. What I said before was a mistake. I remember now. I took a different route, maybe, probably. With the capsule and clay in my arms, I made it down from the upper level.
So, you're saying you escaped without using the elevator?
That's right. The ladder spans the upper and middle levels. I also used the ladder to get to the middle level. Luckily, the fire hadn't reached the ladder, so we could make our escape that way.
And the capsule you mentioned. I suppose you mean this thing that next to Mr. Terran here? Was the capsule that important that you'd risk your life to take it with you?
It almost goes without saying, but yeah, that capsule contains asteroid samples. Therefore, it's invaluable as research material. With his spacesuit on, Clay weighed a ton. But securing that capsule was also important.
I need you to answer to the best of your ability. Mr. Starbuck, please remember that your verdict is riding on your testimony.
Maybe I am guilty after all. I wonder if you can see the stars in prison, but it's more comfortable than a spaceship.
What is going on? What is... Why does this feel like a tutorial case?
Objection!
Like... Mr. Starbuck, why don't you just tell me the truth?
The truth? Let's see, the Earth is blue? No, that's not right. I guess the Earth isn't blue. Yeah, that's it.
I gotta sneeze. Bless me. The truth, Mr. Starbuck.
Oh, the oxygen concentration is super low in this area. For the oxygen tanks.
Mr. Buttress, the witness appears to be confused. Please help him draw the truth out from him.
Thank you. Mr. Starbuck, under the circumstances at the time, you couldn't possibly have reached the boarding lounge via the upper level route.
Huh?
Not as long as this was the escape route.
Take that!
To get down from the upper to the middle level where Launchpad 1 corridor is, you would have had to get down the ladder. Isn't that right, Mr. Starbuck?
Of course. That was the only way we could escape.
Objection!
But how will that work? At the time, you were supporting Mr. Terran over their shoulder, were you not? And remember, he was in full space gear as well as putting him over 200 pounds.
Oh. Well, it's easy on the moon. Gravity is only 1/6 of what it is on Earth.
Objection!
But the Space Center is located on Earth. Sort of being an octopus climber a ladder with an adult male on your... Short of being an octopus, climbing a ladder with an adult male in space gear on one arm, while carrying the capsule in your other isn't impossible, wouldn't you say?
Oh.
So, Mr. Starbuck, how exactly did you climb out that ladder with your arms full?
Oh.
Mr. Starbuck, come clean and tell us the truth now.
Engineer, where's the engineer? Oxygen detector, faulty maintenance, evacuate immediately.
What the? He's flying the coop!
Oh, help! I'm caught in the ceiling. Help. Anyone?
Bailiff, prepare the cherry picker. We must launch a rescue mission at once.
That's one way to take off while being questioned.
I'd rather prove his innocence so he can go to space again someday for real.
About it, Mr. Starbuck. You think you can keep your feet planted on the ground?
Yeah, I do apologize for losing control.
Are you ready to tell us the truth?
Not that. Anything but that.
What's going on? This isn't this Mr. Starbuck I know.
It appears Space Boy is prone to deception. Witness,
Yikes, yes?
I thought your story odd, but perhaps the inconsistencies can be explained as the result of a medical side effect.
Oh, Prosecutor Blackwell, please. Oh, don't talk about that.
What are you talking about, Prosecutor Blackwell?
Didn't I already state the Space Boy is, ironically, terrified of going into space? That's why he took some precautions just before launch. For you see, traces of the anti-anxiety drug were found in his system.
Oh! That sounds things are about to take a nosedive. This isn't the Mr. Starbuck I know. He used to be a body he used a body double! Oh, that's gonna be a... Yep.
You've got it all wrong. I told him during the investigation, too. I don't know anything about any drugs. I've never took any medication, I swear.
It was found in his system, but he doesn't remember taking it? How could that be?
Somebody must have slipped them to me. But I guess maybe that's why I don't remember. Because of the side effects. Yeah, that's why I don't remember much of what happened.
What?
What a car.
You can't get any useful testimony out of him if he doesn't remember anything. No, that's incredible, because that actively gives us a fucking weird-ass alibi, because that could also just mean he's the one that's passed out!
Well, it certainly explains why his testimony keeps changing.
Why did he just tell me he couldn't remember?
I guess he didn't want anybody to find out he was terrified about going into space.
Maybe I really did do it.
Oh, which brings us to the answer to our original question. Of how the witness climbed down the ladder with a dead body?
It does? So what is it?
A dead man feels no pain and makes no complaints, Justice Dono. So the body was simply dropped down from the top of the ladder.
There were no bruises on the victim on the autopsy report, though.
Oh, my please. I better could climb down with his pretty hard.
Drop the body down. Who would do such a disrespectful... No, Apollo, that is no, shut the fuck up. Say the autopsy report does not show bruising. Besides, dropping the body down will leave marks on the body itself. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, so you are capable of quick thinking. Yes, you are correct.
Really? Oh, thanks. Ah! Huh? What's this?
That is the oxygen tank from the victim's spacesuit. It ruptured, and I'm sure you can figure out why.
You can't be implying it ruptured when the defendant dropped the victim's body.
I am, for they fracture easily when struck.
Objection!
Even if that's true, the tank's explosion, the shrapnel would leave marks on the body. Yet according to the autopsy report, only the knife was found in the victim's body.
You're clearly grasping at straws on this line of reasoning.
Silence.
That was that. You know what? Hey!
A spacesuit isn't heavy for the sake of being heavy, Justice Domo. It includes the latest technological devices and is made of the fabric of tomorrow. This fabric is made to protect astronauts from the dangers of space. So falling a few Earth yards would hardly leave a mark on the wearer.
Objection!
Then shouldn't it also be impossible to stab someone through it as well?
It should, and yet through sheer coincidence, the knife slipped through a weak point in the suit's structure and found its way inside the target.
What are the chances?
You forget that our killer is an astronaut himself with knowledge of how these suits work.
No, he doesn't. Come on. Keep the back and forth going. This is great. Come on, no, don't drop it here. He's an astronaut, not a seamstress. Or a seamster.
And now my argument has been proven. Spaceboy killed the victim and the rockets then dropped the body from the upper level. After climbing down, they showed the body and made sure the camera recorded them. There is no room for debate about these facts. It is clear that Solomon Starbuck is the only one who could have killed Clay Terran.
Ah!
Here, the report regarding the astronaut's oxygen tank. Consider it my send-off gift. Feel free to use it as payment to cross-examine the river cross the river Styx.
Ah! Victim's oxygen tank was ruptured with 0% left. The defendant had 80% oxygen displaying on his left shoulder.
Hey, report's pretty detailed.
Display of the astronaut's left shoulder shows the oxygen remaining. After the incident, the victim's tank was ruptured. Remaining oxygen was at 0%. The tank belonging to Starbuck, who claims to have carried the victim, said it was 80% full. Tanks are functioning properly at the time. But that's an inconsistency with... Using what we know, that's also an inconsistency with this, because this clearly shows 50. So it can't be Solomon Starbuck. Yep. Let's see. Display on the astronaut's left shoulder shows the oxygen remaining. Guess it means the glowing cyan digits represent the amount of oxygen in the tank.
I'm done for. I'm going to prison instead of space.
Space boy?
Yeah?
Oh, take heart. The bejeweled night sky is still beautiful even when viewed through bars.
Oh, you mean the stars can be seen from prison?
Oh, that's right. Your cell will be your spaceship. Picture the view through your iron bars. It's like being an astronaut in your own craft for all time.
That's not half bad thought. Not a half bad thought.
Mr. Starbuck? Prosecutor Blackwell got to him good.
Spaceship prison cell, fly me my guilt and despair into the deepest, darkest space. Oh, and then let's get sucked in the black hole together.
Objection!
Mr. Starbuck, you cannot give up hope.
Oh, yeah, yes, Apollo?
You know, Clay really looked up to you. He said you're an incredible man. He said you never give up your dreams and always have passion for space, no matter the situation.
He said that?
So don't give up now and help me prove you're innocent. For the sake of the man who respected you and believed in you, Clay Terran.
Go for Clay!
You're wasting your breath.
Yeah?
Oh, I see.
Apollo, thank you. I can see things clearly now.
Mr. Starbuck?
I'm fine now. Thanks for reminding me of my life's mission.
Right. We're both fine. I'll prove you're innocent. You'll see. After that, we'll get you back into space.
Yeah, you've ignited my booster rockets of my soul. I'm on fire. I'm Solomon Starbuck, astronaut, a cosmic hero chosen by the universe.
Okay, calm it down there, Chief.
There's no time to be whimpering and crying. Can't let you and Clay down.
Boulder Dash.
The sun, the moon. All of space is calling me, Solomon Soul Starbuck. Ready to launch. Begin the countdown. 5.
4.
3.
Tube. 1. He jumped.
Well, might feel like I witnessed actual rocket launch.
Apollo, you did it! You broke for us to get black grip of Mr. Starbuck.
I can't take the credit. It was all Mr. Starbuck. He pulled it through him himself.
If you simpletons are done massaging each other's egos. No matter how positive your mood, my advantage remains unshakable. But I have to but wait for the final guilty verdict. Isn't that right, your boldness?
He's swimming in air! God. Can't let him up now. Can't let up now. I have to stop Blackwell. I have to see this through. Mr. Starbuck just has to make it back into space. For Jotaro! I won't allow Clay's dream to remain unfulfilled. You gotta destroy Blackwell's argument somehow. Think, Justice, think. If only people at Launchpad 1 were Clay and Mr. Starbuck, and if Clay was already dead by the time this footage was taken, the only person who could have killed him is Mr. Starbuck. So the only way to counter Blackwell's argument is if we can prove Clay was still alive when they arrived at the boarding lounge. In which case, it should be able to find some contradiction in the evidence itself. Yeah, we have one. Now let's see. For this data we just received. It supposedly proved that Mr. Starbuck dropped Clay's body in Launchpad 1. But if I'm going to prove that false, then there must be something I can use there.
Oh, enough of this farce, your boldness. Let's have your verdict.
Objection!
Prosecutor Blackwell, you seem to be in quite a rush to the verdict. Well, this oxygen tank data you just submitted just now. It says that Mr. Starbuck's tank had 80% remaining while Mr. Terran's had 0. Do you stand by the accuracy of this report?
Of course.
Then I guess it simply means that it's faulty, as evidence goes.
You will explain what you mean, Justice Dono.
It's simple. This evidence contradicts the facts of this case. So I go over the detailed description and you'll see what I mean.
I hope you have some evidence, Mr. Justice, because I don't see what's so contradictory.
Yes, Your Honor, right away. This is the evidence that the oxygen tank report stands in contradiction to.
Take that!
But how does evidence present a contradiction?
The problem part is here.
Take that!
Note the remaining oxygen in Mr. Starbuck's tank as he carried Mr. Terran.
It appears to say 50.
Yes, but according to this data, our client's tank had 80% remaining.
Well, the oxygen tank decreased.
You see, Your Honor. I see Your Honor finds it as strange as I do. It's bad enough that there's a contradiction, but the increase in oxygen is beyond illogical.
Oh my, you're absolutely right. What's going on here?
Silence!
I do find it odd that the oxygen remaining has increased. It would be odd if my rations were to increase. But what does that prove? It doesn't change the fact that the victim is definitely carrying the victim's corpse.
Objection!
I'm gonna bet you didn't get any more rations because you don't abide by the rules. Either way, the oxygen remaining shouldn't increase, just as your rations don't increase. Therefore, this new information is critical. We can't overlook it.
Silence!
In that case, do you have an answer to this riddle of the mysterious increasing oxygen? You better not disappoint, or I'll declare the inconsistency as mere equipment malfunction.
Prosecutor Blackwell has a point. I suppose it could be a simple malfunction. Mr. Rustin, you cannot provide adequate counter-argument to this point. I'm afraid I must bring this trial to an end. So, you can explain why the remaining oxygen level increased.
Of course I can. To do it at a time like this is turn my thinking around. Yes, I already know. Blah, 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 blah. Turn your thinking around. Yeah. Mr. Starbuck has no memory, but he claims to have carried clay. So that means that while the 50 on the oxygen tank ought to be Mr. Starbuck's, but if anything, the display on his oxygen tank should have shown 80. There's a clear contradiction between the report and the security footage. So what I should be asking is not why did the oxygen level increase, but what had to happen to make it look like it increased. Am I making some kind of mistake in my base assumptions here? Yes, we all are. Because of what Blackwell said.
Well, Mr. Rustin, we're waiting.
Yes, Your Honor. I'm ready to answer. This is why the remaining oxygen appears to have increased. The victim was carrying the defendant. What if it was the other way around?
The other way around? Would you care to explain, Mr. Justice?
As you can see, Your Honor, both men have helmets on this footage. But it turns out, this is where our base assumptions went astray. We assumed that Mr. Starbuck helped Mr. Taryn, but it's the other way around. It wasn't Mr. Starbuck helping Mr. Taryn at all, but it was Mr. Taryn who was helping Mr. Starbuck to the boarding lounge.
But what? Mr. Justice. You mean to tell me that the person writing this image is the victim, Clay Taryn?
It's the only way the riddle of increasing oxygen level can be solved, Your Honor. At this point in time, the remaining oxygen in the victim's tank was at 50%. And while the victim was found in the boarding lounge, his tank was at 0%.
That's right. There's nothing contradictory about the oxygen level decreasing.
This means Mr. Taryn was alive as they made their escape into the lounge.
How short your memory is. Have you forgotten what you yourself proposed? Even if the victim was alive at this point in time, how did he descend the ladder with his arms full?
Objection!
Prosecutor Blackwell, you can't hurt me with a broken blade.
Excuse me?
It's true that we don't know how they got down the ladder. I suppose that matter needs further investigating. But we have proven that Mr. Taryn was alive when he reached the boarding lounge. No, we haven't. This fact alone shatters your claims. And opens up the possibility that the victim could have been killed by a third party. Gah! There were two people who claimed to be first on the scene. But can we truly trust their statements?
Let's see, the two people were Detective Candace Armin and Yuri Cosmos, right? You think one of them might have given a false statement to the police?
Yes, it's certainly possible. We might have to do a little more digging.
But we will have to hear the testimony from the first two on the feed.
Score.
But think of it, Detective Armin should be here in court right now. Bailiff, could you please throw Detective Armin to the stand?
I have an announcement, everyone.
What's the meaning of this? We're in the middle of the trial here.
Please remain calm and listen carefully. Someone has reactivated the bomb. The bomb was defused, but it's about to explode.
Explode?
Ah, this way we don't need to make a model for Detective Army. A bomb now? Oh, everybody run! Eek, I don't want to die!
Oh no, everybody's panicking.
Silence.
Headless chickens with a death wish, a lot of you. Calm yourselves before all else.
Come on, Apollo, let's get out of here.
What about Mr. Starbuck's dream? And who'll carry Clay's final wish? I don't care what happens to me. I'm not letting some blom blow the truth up forever. I refuse to let things end here.
Oh, Apollo, this is no time to be dramatic. If we don't get out of here, we're gonna die. Come on, this way.
Hey, ouch! Let me go!
Apollo.
Juniper? She hasn't evacuated yet.
Hey,
Juniper, you alright?
Apollo, no. Not that way.
And then the tutorial happens. Yes, I would like to save my progress. In the middle of the Space Center bombing trial, we had another bombing incident. This one destroyed courtroom number 4. Furthermore, Apollo suffered massive injuries from being there when the bomb went off. Nobody survives the end of the game. Unfortunately, Juniper Woods was fingered as the courtroom bomber. Athena and I knew she had to be innocent, so we took her case on. We managed to clear Miss Woods' name. But Apollo sustained further injuries when he was attacked by Ted Tonate. Ooh. December 19th, 3:21 p.m. Write Anything Agency.
Apollo is a tough guy, but it's taking its toll on him.
Oh, we're Phoenix now. Okay, cool. Yeah, poor guy, being attacked by Tonate like that on top of all his other injuries. You look stupid, Apollo. Apollo's resting at the nearby Hickfield Clinic. God damn it, not that place. I've had some experience with that place myself. What an awful turn of events. I never thought he'd land in a hospital of all places. But what's so bad about the hospital? You must miss him too, huh? Now that you don't have anybody to tease. Don't worry, he's young. He'll heal quickly and be back before you know it. It's been a while since I last saw Trucy look so down. We won the court case, yet nobody feels much like celebrating.
Alright, enough of this, people. It's no time to be moping around. Now start those tears, both here.
You're the one who's crying, Athena.
Technicalities! Look, we have work to do. We have to take over.
Take over what, exactly?
Apollo's Space Center case, of course. There's no verdict has been reached. There's still a chance. I agree with Athena. We should pick up where Mr. Starbuck's defense. We have to avenge our fallen comrade, right, Daddy?
Yeah, we have to avenge my brother. Paul isn't exactly fallen, he's still alive, you know?
Good, so let's get going. Come on, we gotta run.
Wait, right now? We better not be running the whole way. There she goes! I better catch up. Can you take care of the office, Tracy?
Oh, sure thing, Daddy. But let's be careful out there. In the meantime, I'm gonna bake some cookies and fill my magic pennies for you.
Tracy seems to be feeling a little better. I can always count on Athena to perk everyone up with her enthusiasm.
Oh, she's back! Don't mind me, just forgot a few things. Wallet, phone, documents, my bag.
Sounds more like you forgot everything. Can always count on Athena for that, too.
Alright, you two, be careful out there.
Thanks, Tracy. December 19th, Detention Center. Visitor's room. So our client is one Solomon Starbuck. He's so famous even I've heard of him.
Oh, that's right. He's a super famous astronaut who works at the Cosmos Space Center. He was actually up there in outer space 7 years ago.
You seem to know quite a little bit about him. Now I'm excited to meet the man. Wow! That was the longest sigh I've ever heard.
Apollo told me all about you. You're Phoenix Wright, Apollo's mentor, right?
Yes, that's right. Mentor has a nice ring to it.
Don't worry about a thing, Mr. Starbuck. Mr. Right in here, I've got you covered.
And you're the new kid that Apollo told me about. Wait! Don't I know you from somewhere?
Huh? You mean, other than your trial? I don't think so.
I guess so. My mistake. My memory isn't what it used to be. My mind and body are kaput. Same goes for my life. I mean, I'm so astronomically unlucky that I had a bomb go off in the middle of my trial. Trying to defend me would be like trying to enter the stratosphere without a spacecraft.
Yikes! He's seriously gonna stop depressing himself.
Check, Mr. Starbuck. Besides, real thing you said about entering the stratosphere, that just means we shine like shooting stars, right?
Like shooting stars, huh? Oh, you know, you're right. Why didn't I think of that? After all, what we are all put on this earth to do, right? To shine like stars?
I guess I shouldn't mention the fact that shooting stars burn out in a flash.
Oh yeah, here we go! 3, 2, 1. To the stratosphere and beyond! Yeah, I feel alive now. You go ahead and ask me anything you want.
Is that really all it takes? I'm gonna need more water for this man. So, you have no memory of you have no memory at all of the incident?
I'm so ashamed. My memory of the time is black and clouded, as dark as a nebula.
Still strange you don't remember a thing. Are you sure you didn't take one of those anti-anxiety pills like they said in the trial?
You've got it all wrong. I told him during the investigation, I don't know anything about any drugs. I never took any medication, I swear. It is true I developed a fear of space because of what happened 7 years ago. And I was taking medication secretly, every now and then when my anxiety got bad. Having fear of space is not something an astronaut can brag about, you know.
Oh, the so-called Hat 1 miracle. That must have been a terrifying experience.
But I'm still an astronaut at heart, come what may. I would never take drugs that would impede my performance just before launch. That launch meant everything to me. That's more certain than the theory of relativity.
He seems like a completely different person now. This is the face of the astronaut I know.
But the tranquilizers were found in your system.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. But I don't know why. I'm done for.
If you didn't take them, then maybe someone slipped them to you?
Exactly, that's what I thought. Must have been the real culprit. My medication was in my locker. Anybody could have gotten their hands on it.
Maybe the real culprit also planted a detonator switch in your pocket?
Yeah, it's gotta be it. I've been framed.
I'll say. Even they managed to plant your prints on the switch before slipping it in. It's a real possibility. Do you remember anything else that might be relevant? Anything at all, no matter how small, like about the murder weapon, for example.
Oh, that knife. I think it came from one of the Space Center's utility kits.
Utility kits.
Yeah, staff who worked on machinery a lot are given these special toolkits to use. All the technicians have them, so I doubt anyone could prove whose knife it is.
Utility knife. Nice.
As I recall, your last trip into space was 7 years ago, right?
Oh, that's right. It was a pretty rough experience. During that mission, we had all kinds of problems with the craft.
You did? What kind of problems? Was it a Tesla rocket?
Power failure, oxygen leakage, busted radio, cracked windows, loose control column. The heat shield came off as we entered the atmosphere. I thought it was a goner. But I managed to make it somehow with the popsicles and freeze packs from the freezer.
No wonder they dubbed it the Hat One Miracle. It's a miracle you made it back.
Space is a boundless place. That's why it continues to capture people's imaginations. Oh, but the vastness of space shows us how insignificant we are in the scheme of things. The darkness just goes on and on forever and ever and ever, without end. There was nobody else there. Nobody was gonna come and save me. I was all alone. All alone with nothing to listen to but the sound of my own breathing and heartbeat. I kept scrambling to make repairs, but I couldn't keep my hands from shaking.
An experience like that would make anybody afraid to go up into space.
With the experience you had, weren't you dreading this mission?
What? No way, of course not. Even though I want to go up to space so bad I can barely stand it. Or shake off Earth's gravity, escape velocity, and spin around weightless.
But you have to admit, it was pretty harrowing. Weren't you a tiny bit afraid?
I was afraid. Of course I was. Still am. But space is man's final frontier, an unknown world. The cosmic truth is out there, waiting for us somewhere.
The cosmic truth, huh? I guess there are people looking for the truth in every walk of life.
No matter how afraid I am, I'm sure I can manage. If I give in to my fear, I'll never find the truth. As long as I don't give up, I can keep up the fight.
One thing's for sure, Mr. Starbuck's passion for space is undeniably the real deal. The victim, Clay Tarrant. He was kind of like your protege, wasn't he?
Well, he wasn't a big exaggerated deal like Master and Apprentice or anything like that. But Clay did think of me as a mentor.
The mentor and the protege. What a combination they must have been.
With his encouragement, I knew I could get over my fear and go back into space. But now...
Clay must have been very encouraging, huh?
Yeah, it's funny really. Whenever I heard him shout, "You're fine!" I just got the feeling everything was gonna be just fine.
Apollo and Clay's characters have been fucking flanderized like nobody's business here. Like, dear God, they have become the phrase, "I'm fine." Like, I don't even know Clay and he feels like he's been flanderized. Dear God.
I was got the feeling everything was really just gonna be fine.
You're fine. Apollo says I'm fine and you're fine all the time too. I always feel encouraged whenever I hear him shout it.
Yeah, Clay and Apollo were best friends. They used to come visit me at the Space Center a lot, ever since they were high school kids. And one day out of the blue, Clay even told me he wanted to be my protege. The two hung around the Space Center so much, they were like part of the staff. One time during zero-G training, I started to panic a bit. And the two of them took turns shouting, "You're fine!" over the radio. Oh, it was a simple thing, but exactly what I needed to hear.
So, I'm fine and you're fine. We're like Apollo and Clay's secret phrases, huh? They're not secret, Phoenix! They haven't stopped saying them since the start of the game! Wish I could ask Apollo more about Clay and their relationship now.
Speaking of Clay, how do you suppose he climbed down the ladder with you over his shoulder?
Sorry, but I can't even begin to imagine.
But he actually did climb down the ladder. So, a way has to exist.
From the freedom of space to the walls of the cell. That prosecutor in the Dark Night Sky. Well, that prosecutor said the Dark Night Sky isn't half bad through the barred windows.
You're fine. Solomon Soul Starbuck is fine. Everything's gonna be alright.
Huh?
And Athena Sykes is fine. Come on, Mr. Wright. You too.
Do I really have to? Phoenix Wright is fine.
I can't hear you.
SpongeBob SquarePants. Phoenix Wright is fine.
We'll get you back into space yet, Mr. Starbuck. Believe in your own innocence. And have faith in us.
Apollo believed in you wholeheartedly, and that's good enough for me. I believe in you too.
Thank you. Thank you, both of you. I'll put my faith in you. And I vow to make it back into space. All I need is that first is a not guilty verdict.
Sure feels nice to reassure ourselves every now and then. Well, we're all fine.
Okay, Mr. Wright. Let's go get our investigation of the space center started. Pronto.
Good idea. Let's go. Cool, let's go. Ah, the Okinawa Space Center. Good to see ya. December 19th, the Cosmos Space Center entrance. Is that the flying spaghetti monster? Wow, I was wondering what kind of place this Space Center would be. Almost looks like an amusement park of the future.
Yeah, do you know they even have a public, they even let the public see their rockets up close? Oh, so check this out. Look at how brightly the Gaxa logo shines in the sunlight above the entranceway. I really dig how the stars and rocket motif going on.
Gaxa, huh? Isn't that the new name of the Federal Space R&D program? Hello, Tengarus. Welcome. How's your stream? What'd you do? Did you win? Welcome to the Okinawa Space Center. I know it says Cosmos, but it's Okinawa. How goes Apollo Justice? We're learning how to spell Okinawa right, and it's right up there. That's how you spell Okinawa.
Yeah, but what a strange acronym. I mean, what's the GYA supposed to stand for? Galaxy?
If that were true, then the whole thing would be something like Galaxy Exploration Agency. Which, if you ask me, is I'd abbreviate it to GAXA instead of GYA.
I guess so. Oh no, maybe the person who came up with a name really just likes the letter Y.
This change is beginning to feel oddly like deja vu.
Anyway, this place is more than just a research facility, it's also a tourist attraction.
And stream went well, just watched the PlayStation State of Play, saw good games, want to try including a new Castlevania game, and switch over to Rise of Tomb Raider and beat it. Nice. Yeah, from what I saw, like, I don't know. Throwing the Castlevania license to anybody at this point is probably the best bet they have. But I'm also just like, you guys kind of shooed out both Kojima and the guy who made Castlevania what Castlevania is known for, so I don't know. I just don't trust Konami. Fuck Konami as it is. I am, however, very excited for that Legacy of Kain Defiance texture upgrade. That'll look pretty good.
Anyway, this place is more than just a research. Right.
Tourist attraction? Don't make me laugh. It's a museum of the human race. Galactic scooter, full speed ahead.
Yikes! Who's this geezer and what does he want?
Look upon me, and look well. Behold the great power of space and science. Pardon me, but are you... My glorious name is Yuri Cosmos. And I'm the director of the Cosmos Space Center. The center of the cosmos.
Is that a fucking Mario star?
Boss. That was pretty ground inducing.
This person is the Space Center director, then that means...
Aha! So you were the first one to discover Clay's body, weren't you?
And he was the first to find the victim? And who was the first to find the victim?
Actually, there were two of them. The Space Center director, Yuri Cosmos, and the Detective Candy's army. That is correct. I was honored to be the first man in all of space and time to discover the body. But this talk of the incident, are you by chance the Space Patrol?
You can't tack a word on space, just any old thing, you know?
We're Mr. Starbuck's lawyers. We're here to investigate the case.
Oh, my Earth lawyers, by the way.
I see. Yes, I've heard about you. In any case, my esteemed privilege is to grant you permission to investigate. I trust you're appropriately grateful. Now go ahead. Have at it.
I can already tell he's gonna be nothing but trouble.
Don't let him hear you say that, or you'll see what trouble really is. Just be professional and ask him about when he found the body, okay?
Okay.
Yuri Cosmos. So, as director, what do you do here at the Space Center specifically?
Defend peace across the galaxy and promote space development in the country. No matter what obstacles stand in our way, we keep going for the sake of mankind.
I believed I used the word specifically in my question.
Attention all personnel, to your break stations. Prepare for break.
Oh, I get it. You just wander around and tell people what to do in a self-important manner.
That's exactly right, because I'm an important man, and my manner is important.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and assume this guy is in fact not the killer.
Mr. Wright, this man doesn't get sarcasm.
Well, there's bound to be some people like that here in the boundlessness of space. What's that? You want to know what it's like to make me so important specifically? Very well, I'll tell you. I was the central figure of the Hat 1 project. You may proceed to be appropriately impressed. Now go ahead, have at it.
I might be more impressed if I knew what he did for it, specifically. About the bombing. Could you tell us what you know about the incidents from the other day?
I refuse.
What?
Explaining is a job for the common folk, not the director and center of the cosmos. My testimony, which will go down in space history,
We'll be here in the courtroom.
What? So does that mean you'll be taking a stand tomorrow?
That's correct. I'll be the most gracious witness in the history of mankind.
I'm not sure if he really understands what being a witness is all about.
Looks like Director Cosmos is the type that only talks about what he wants to talk about.
Then let's at least try to ask him about the things he might be willing to open up about. Hat 1. The Hat 1 was a rocket that was launched into space 7 years ago, correct? And despite numerous problems, it somehow made its way back home?
It is supposed to be part of my job to elucidate ignorant young folk like you. Very well. I'll report to you the complete story of the Hat 1 project.
Oh, thank you very much. That, sir, looks like more like a pirate instead of an astronaut. Yeah, you know.
The Hat 1 is a noble mission. Was to collect samples from an asteroid. And Mr. Starbuck was the pilot for that flight. Eventually, the Hat 1 reached its planned orbit.
I have a very important... Hold on a minute. I have a very important question. If the rocket was going to be launched out of the atmosphere, why the fuck did they have already collected rock samples right there? Okay.
From where it launched the Hope probe towards the asteroid belt. From there, the Hope probe began its long journey into the far reaches of space. Then, after a terrifying struggle, the Hat 1 returned safely to Earth. That struggle was then the incident.
That struggle was what the incident known as the Hat 1 miracle occurred, right?
Correct, and it truly was a miracle. Of course, they had just turned the ordeal into a movie. As for the Hope probe, it did eventually arrive safely at its destination. We obtained a few samples from the asteroid and returned to Earth but a few days ago.
So, what kind of samples are they? What were in them?
The samples are scheduled for analysis in the near future. We haven't had time since they just came back from back the day before Terran's murder. Regrettably, we had no time to inspect the samples due to everything that had occurred. But this puts our space development program ahead of the other countries by several years.
That's quite impressive. I guess this guy isn't just a loudmouthed braggart after all.
In the golden age of space development, our predecessors were successful in bringing a moon rock back. This is the greatest achievement in the history of the Space Center. The public fell in love with space and all of its glorious potential.
A moon rock, huh? Don't you remember that being big?
Our endeavors to the moon, rock live on in our world through the asteroid samples. I want to bestow new hopes and dreams on the future of mankind once more. That is my mission, as the man who stands at the center of the cosmos.
I hear there was lots of research into moon rocks and stardust from asteroids these days. I say results could potentially have a huge impact on civilization. It's like we're in a new space race with every country out there.
What? Bite your tongue! It's not anything so base as money and politics. It's for all a brilliant future that awaits mankind. All for my illustrious mission. With the recent budget cuts, my staff tells me finances are tight, but I won't hear it.
I guess even a space program has to watch its budget. By the way, you seem awfully knowledgeable about this kind of thing, Athena.
Well, you know, I just thought I'd better brush up for this case.
Is that so?
Well, I'll be on my way. As you can see, I'm a very busy man, and a very important man. Galactica Scooter, fire up and maintain the engine at max battle speed.
and engage.
That thing is surprisingly fast. Guess we better get going too.
Oh, you bet. Let's make it so.
Cute Star Trek reference. That one was cute. December 19th, Cosmic Space Center. Boarding lounge. And that is where we will leave it for today, because I can feel my throat trying to die. So, with that being said... Yes, I will save again. Just to be safe. Double save for double the fun. But yes. With that being said, thank you all for coming by. This was... ironically better written than most of the other trials. It still has a lot of the same, like, initial writing issues as the other trials do. But as it turns out, when they don't bloat everything with so much filler you have to check your cholesterol, they didn't do half bad. It was an alright trial case. There were twists, turns, and the other one. I imagine if I wasn't looking at this as from a writing perspective, I wouldn't think about it at all, in fact. Like, characterization on Apollo was half decent. It could have been better. I loved the back and forth he had with Blackquill that one time. That was an incredible bit. It's a shame Blackquill, like, won out at the end of it, though. We had to make Apollo stupid. We just had to. But yeah, no, it's actually going places. I hope to God they can keep up this momentum, because it might actually do something here. I'm interested. We'll have to see where it goes. Like, so far the case just did half decently. I am all for it. Like, keep up the good work so far. Sounds like a good time. But yes, with that being said, let us go see if we can raid the crew to anyone and anyone at all. Okay, not raiding. No one on YouTube. Let's go see who's on Twitch. Music is good. Let's go raid you over to Red. Playing some ape sex. No, I will not. Red got a new PC. Ooh! Sounds good. Let's go raid Red. See how the ape sex is going. Anyway, y'all, this is fun. Thank you all so much for coming by. I am very hungry, actually. I should go get a snack. I could use something to eat. Anyway, take care, everybody. Have a fantastic rest of your night, and it was good to finally get a pretty half-decent trial going. I have complaints, but, you know, doing our best. So yeah, I will see you all tomorrow for some more Pathologic. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.